Come on. Oh, wait, my phone's playing up. Let's go.
I am welcome to another episode of CripChat, your weekly podcast on everything disability. With me as usual is David, Ibby, and Tim. How are we all tonight?
Oh, we're doing fine, thank God. And yourself? How are you boys?
Yeah, I'm pretty all right. Just finished up an assignment, so de-stressing from that.
That's all right. Well, and Ibby?
It's interesting you say that because tonight's topic is managing stress.
So tonight's topic is managing stress, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, shall I kick us off as usual?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So, as we all know, stress in our modern day society, it's really quite common with work, study, finances, and especially the pandemic going on. That's just some examples of sources of stress. And the reason that managing stress is important is because it can have effects on your health. It can have effects on your physical health, your mental health. And some examples of what stress can do to you is it can make it difficult for you to concentrate. You can have low energy from it. You can get aches and pains in your body. So it's not just a mental thing. You can actually physically have things, I guess, go wrong with you if you're too stressed. And that's why it's important to stay on top of that.
I believe you're correct there, because when someone stresses, they don't think straight and they seem to do things they don't usually do.
Yeah, and I'll use myself as an example. All day I've been procrastinating and working on assignment at the same time, but as a result of my poor time management, which is one of the major things that can make people stressed, is it affects your cognitive ability. So as of late, well, while I've been doing this assignment, my memory has been absolutely terrible. And just my ability to focus on things has also gone out the window. So that's a reason I feel it's an important topic, because I think, yeah, go on.
A good thing about stress, about not getting stressed, is don't let yourself get stressed. Now, if you let yourself get stressed, and you don't, and you start to panic, you can't do things as good as you used to.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Sorry, guys, I'm back. I'm had a bit of an IT issue.
Yeah, that's all good. That's the joys of our modern world, though, isn't it? Technology issues.
And the stress of many.
Yeah,
and that's one of the things that causes stress.
Say that again, Ibby?
I said that's one of the things that cause stress.
Yeah, absolutely.
It also helps stress.
It does.
You can use it to de-stress as well.
Yeah, it can. If it helps you get your mind off other things, if it helps you do your job properly.
Yeah.
Look,
Um,
a bit of stress is not that bad, but if you become too stressed, it's not good for you. It's not good for your health and your well-being as well.
So from what I've realized, many people that stress a lot usually end up getting white hair early.
Oh yeah, that's
Not
not
that
yeah.
good.
not that I can say it, but
Yeah, well, from what I've read, stress makes you. Hang on, there's a motorbike going past. Yeah, stress it does actually make you age quicker. I don't know the science behind it, but you know,
I have to
it does
do.
make you go grey early. Another reason to stay on top of it, of stress, so that way you can stay looking younger for longer.
Yeah, and also with stress, you become more agitated, you become more depressed, and you're just in a bad state that people don't want to be around you.
See,
They
Yeah,
often
also
try
if you
to
start
stay away from you.
also if you start looking older and more stressed, you create more stress that way because you're not looking as good as you want to.
yeah, exactly. Like stress, it has many forms, um, but yeah, it's hard to recognize when if you are stressed. It's difficult to recognize when you are stressed. So I guess some good ways to ask yourself if you're stressed is ask yourself, are you doing too many things, and have you like planned out your time so you can do each of your activities or tasks without overdoing it. And I
And
Oh,
see
I
a
agree with
comment
you,
from
Tim.
Joe. Yeah, go on.
I agree with you there, Tim. Sometimes too much stress, you feel overwhelmed. I can relate. I'm always doing too many things. I put myself in too many situations, and I just get too overwhelmed. Sometimes
also,
the stress gets to me.
also, it's good to prevent stress is good time management,
Yeah,
and
exactly. And that's something
and
I'm finding myself as a uni student is time management is
if you
crucial if you want to not
if you want to
melt
not
in.
stress, get have your time management proper, and don't overdo it with your activities. And at the
Exactly,
end,
exactly.
if you can, make sure don't stress if you can't do something.
Yep, yep. I
Yeah.
agree.
Everything can
It's
be
always good to
fixed.
prioritize.
Everything can be
Sorry, David,
fixed.
you were saying? Mm-hmm.
Everything can be fixed, and
Yep,
people understand if you're late.
yep, yep.
Yeah. That's a good point you make. That's actually one of the points I was going to raise was part of stress or not being stressed is um, accepting the events you can't control. And that's not always an easy thing to do because as humans, we have this desire in us, all of us, to always be in control. And when we can't be in control, it can be quite distressing. And that's when we become really stressed. And then that leads to all the issues, especially with health, that you can run into if you are stressed for a long time.
Yep. That's
And
true. That's true. I agree.
I would add especially with the disability. For instance, I have involuntary movement. Now that can be stressful, but
What stress with
when
disability?
have the right attitude to stress, I can make the world of difference.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
so
good point you raised, Jonathan, especially with having a disability. And I understand the involuntary movements. With myself, with autism, when I get stressed, I get like motor tics. So like my arm will just randomly jerk up and smack me in the face. And like that's something I only get when I'm stressed. So that for me, that's how I know I'm stressed, when I start just slapping myself out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's not good. When I'm stressed, yeah, I just took a fit. It's yeah, I just go crazy.
yeah, some people also stress when they stress they eat a lot, or some
Yeah,
can't
I
eat at
relate to
all.
that. That's pretty much what I do when I get really stressed. Is I find myself finding comfort in food, and it works for a little bit, but
Some people,
you
some
end up
people,
getting fat, and then you get more problems from that.
yeah, and some people when they stress they can't eat. So everyone affects them differently.
Yeah, and that's more reason to understand what your triggers are, because they are different for every person. So, for instance, my symptoms of stress could be different to yours, could be different to Jonathan's, could be different to Ibby's. It's a very individual thing, but the solution to it is usually a universal thing. It's understanding your time management, understanding what makes you stressed, and avoiding that if you can, or if it's something you can't avoid, working through that and understanding how you can limit the amount of stress you get out of an activity.
It's a good thing always to find someone that you're comfortable with, that you can talk to before they can calm you down and help you with your problem, with your stress.
Yeah, yeah,
Sometimes,
that's a great point.
Yeah, no,
sometimes
no. Sorry,
it's good
David,
to
what is
talk to
that?
someone. Sometimes it's good to talk to someone.
Exactly. And always prioritize. Prioritize. Yeah. The most important task, I guess, you'll do that first as opposed to the least important. It's always good to prioritize.
Yeah, or do the hard.
That's the small soft skills.
So,
Mm.
or also do the hard ones first and the easy ones last.
Yeah, those are some really good tips. And
Yeah.
to
But
add on
I
to
don't
that,
think it's,
I'll go on.
yeah, it's more. Yep. You saying? Sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say, to add on to the point
I
that,
guess it's from the most important task to the least important task.
yeah, yeah, and I was going to say part of why that is an effective method, or I guess an explanation for it, is as humans we tend to avoid things that cause like pain or aren't enjoyable. So, for instance, that could be, in my instance, doing an assignment, and I tend to look for something more pleasurable, be that playing video games or watching TV. And when you don't have your priorities straight and you're seeking instant gratification all the time, that actually interferes with your productivity level. So sometimes we need to remind ourselves we have to do the things that we don't enjoy so we can do the things that we do enjoy as a reward.
Yep. I agree. It's good stuff.
Thankful people to understand what is what is instant gratification
instant gratification.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do you want me to give the definition, or do you guys want to have a crack at it?
Right. Tim, what is instant gratification?
Instant gratification, it's just a fancy way of saying if you were to do something, for instance, you push a button and you
You'll be
immediately get a
noticed.
reward. Whereas delayed gratification, it's if you do something but you don't get the reward immediately.
Mm.
For instance, when you do a podcast like this, instant gratification is saying you have this many people watching live, but delayed gratification is looking at your viewership over a longer time frame.
Thanks, man.
Is that an example of it?
Yeah, I'd say that's a good example of it.
Yeah. I've seen people watching it live is an instant gratification, and watching how many people shared it is delayed one, delayed gratification. The
Yeah.
gratification.
Yeah, and I'll share a fun fact I learned about delayed gratification. People who can, I guess, deal with delayed gratification. For instance, you give them a task, but they don't get the reward immediately, and people who are okay with that, they are actually more successful
Yeah.
because they understand that you don't get results immediately, and you have to work away at something in order to achieve a long-term goal.
Yeah, exactly.
Like as you can say, instant gratification and delayed gratification. See, with instant, what goes up fast goes down fast. You can lose it fast. If you've gained something fast, you can lose it fast. But delayed gratification takes longer to lose it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I agree. Yeah, but sometimes it's good to give from the heart, and I guess you could say it causes less stress when you're doing it from the heart,
Yeah.
as opposed to when you're actually told to do it. Would you agree on that?
Yeah, definitely.
I agree.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Yeah, and to tack onto that point, stress can also be a good thing. It can motivate you to do the tasks that you don't want to do. I'll use myself as an example again. The deadline for my assignment was 5 o'clock, and I began working on it quite early yesterday. It was only a short little thing, but still, just the stress was the motivation to get that out the way, because the thought of failing my course is a lot more intense than the short stress of sitting down to actually do the thing that I had to do.
Yeah.
And let me just warn you, the deeper you get into a uni degree, the more stressed people get. I'm in my final semester, and I know if I fail, I need to study longer. So stressing about that becomes a motivation. My point is, stress is stereotypically a bad thing, but it can motivate you to make positive changes in your daily life.
Yeah, exactly. But again, you can have too much of a good thing, and that's where it gets difficult, is deciding what amount of stress is acceptable and what's too much, and then how to cope from
control it.
there if you find it is too much.
It's like an engine. If you give it too much, it can blow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
We do not want to expose them. But it's always good, to manage your stress accordingly. It's always good to just take those short minute breaks, go outside for a little walk. Do those little things. They could change the way you stress.
And to have breaks in between what you're doing, but don't just forget about what you're doing and continue.
Sometimes just breathing calmly can manage stress. It's very simple.
Yeah,
But people
those
do think
are
like they do.
techniques for managing stress.
Or just grabbing a phone and calling a friend.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And one more point before we wrap up. During this pandemic, it's natural to feel stressed. Don't feel ashamed for having heightened anxiety, because if you didn't feel more stressed, there will be something abnormal. Talk to your friends, get on Zoom, and if you're struggling, reach out.
Yeah, we have to reach out to each other and ask everyone, "Are you okay?"
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Yeah, and there is no shame in asking for help, whether that's from friends or from a counselling service, because people who aren't yourself can tell you a lot about situations affecting you, and they see it from a different way, so their perspectives can help you understand your own problems and help you get through them.
Correct.
True.
Okay. Does anyone have any final
have we got any comments or questions on chat?
We only had one comment from earlier from
Looks like we got another call.
Elena.
Yeah. So Joe just said, I can understand what you guys are saying. I personally got to be more careful. I don't overbook myself and have time to rest. That way I don't stress as much. One big thing that helps me through each day is knowing Jesus is with me and he's given me great friends and resources to help me. Look, like we said, there are many ways to deal with stress. I guess stress comes and goes. It's important to understand that you need to manage your stress. The way you manage it depends on the way you live your life.
Yeah, another thing I'll say on that is there's good and bad ways to manage stress. An example of ways that do more harm than good is drinking or taking drugs to cope with stress. It feels like it helps in the short run, but in the long run, it does more damage. So that's when you need to look towards more healthy methods of coping.
Yeah, you got to take care of yourself and keep yourself healthy. And sometimes people go to the gym to relieve stress.
Yeah. Or even just sleep is a big factor that can be related to stress. People not getting enough sleep.
Or people getting too much sleep because they don't want to face the world because of stress.
Yeah,
exactly.
And a little point before we wrap up, I'll add on to that. If you are oversleeping or undersleeping, make alarms to help you keep track of it and try sleep 8 hours. And also set reminders in your phone if you have to remind you to do the task that you need to do if it's something you struggle with.
And if you can't sleep, then you're overthinking.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, that's where you have to just focus on breathing, or you can try something like meditation or yoga to help you calm down.
Yep.
Okay. You've been watching CripChat. Remember to share, like, and subscribe, and join us next week for more CripChat. Bye.
You guys.